Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Cone Racing League after a Christmas break 3 weeks ago, since was the last race at USA in Texas. Here we are today for Nevada, and we are here in Las Vegas, it's the capital of Nevada, and it's been an exciting one as well, so let's see what happens. We've got 16 drivers, so not the usual, which is 20 drivers usually on the circuit, but maybe somebody want to turn up at this venue. But today, alongside me, is Harry Palmer. Good evening, mate.
Good evening, how are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you, and yourself?
I'm good. Looking forward to tonight.
What are you expecting tonight? A lot of chaos?
Yeah, it's Vegas. You know, first time racing here. I'm just expecting people trying to find the limits, I guess.
It is a very difficult track, especially in that first sector, but down the Las Vegas Strip, I can't wait to see what happens, because we've reached about 360 kilometers an hour, up 215 miles an hour in those metrics, so we'll see the top speeds they'll reach, and we're going to see a lot of overtaking too, so strategy, tactics will be played here tonight. This corner at turn 12 can be quite difficult as well, because I think in the actual race you've seen a few people hit that wall too on the outside. You want to take all the curve there as you can. And then this Las Vegas Strip, I'm on board with Mark Wilson, so to give you a reference, that's turn 12, and then down this long back straight, heading into turn 13, there's Caesar's Palace, and this could be a heavy break in zone 2. So championship leader is actually the real DC, and he is not here tonight by the looks of it, so missing one race, and I think an Alpha Tyre has gone off the circuit.
That's Mazel's on his first lap. That could be showing quite a lot.
Here we are, first lap of the evening then. Mark Wilson approaches turn 1, this left-hander. Let's see if he can connect with the curb. As you can see, taking a long, wide angle as we head into turn number 2. Another difficult corner too. You've got to be very careful with the walls on the outside. This is the first DRS zone, actually. We don't have one on the main straight as we head down into turn number 3. We can see some opportunities for overtaking as we hit the 100-meter board, hitting the apex here through turn 3. Now opening up towards turn number 4. You've got to be very careful because the walls can come at you thick and fast. And let's see then, in this first of many chicanes, a bit hesitant on his outlap. He did go off the circuit here, but looks like he's managed to sort that out as we head into this left-hander then, approaching this short straight as we head down towards turn number 12 then. And this could be very interesting. The first sector, I didn't quite see what it was. I think he upshifted to 8th gear immediately from 6th to 8th as he went through the gears. Into turn 12 we go. I think we saw Lando Norris, as that was a bit deep, but luckily for him he did not hit the wall, which is very important. It's very important to get a good exit out of here because the long back straight is there with the DRS wide open. I think the middle sector is coming to an end right here, or starting. Let's have a look what he does in this middle sector. It's going to be, if I can find it, 11.1 in the middle sector for him. Speed's about 356 kilometers an hour as we reach turn 13 then. Quite early in the brakes, looks like he's being very cautious on his first lap. Doesn't want to make any mistakes, especially when the track is not fully at its best. It's still evolving as we head through the final corner then, and let's see what lap time he can throw down on the circuit. So 33.2, Palmer.
Yeah, just looking at his lap, it was obviously there's a few corners that are going deep and losing a bit of time, but it's only we've still got 14 minutes left in the session. But Callum Clerper, he's coming into the final corner now, fastest sector 2, and yeah, he sets a 133 flat, which is just under 3 tenths faster. His glow stick, he goes 6 tenths clear of Clerper.
And India Jesus goes quickest with a 32.3. India Jesus is the only driver that's won more than once this season, 2 wins under his belt. And interestingly, the championship leader does not have a win this season. He's been very consistent with podiums, but doesn't have a win to his name. And that won't happen here tonight, here in Vegas, as Leon has retired. Is that on the circuit? At the exit of 14?
Yeah, it is. Coming out of the final proper corner, he's managed to lose it. He was near, I think it was IRT crack. He was near him. Not sure if it was a crash or if he's lost it. Hoping that he's lost it because, you know, middle of the season, don't want any major penalty points so far.
The championship is very tight, so can't afford to make any mistakes from here on in as we head down into turn number 13 with crack. Down through 14, you want to cut as much of the corner as you can through 14 where we saw Leon crash. I hope for his sake, he was on his own, but not by anybody else who crashed him out. As here we are on board with Rapid as he makes his way towards the line. What's he going to be? It's P2 for Rapid. I think he has been very close to winning the race this season. Finished in second place at the Mexican Grand Prix. I think he's a full-time driver now because it says here he's a reserve. He finished second twice as well this season. So we're looking good so far this season as ILT Crack. Rapid. I don't know why I get confused between those two, ILT Crack and Rapid. They've not even got the same names. It's completely different. But there he is then. Crack coming out of turn number 13 that was. It actually is going for 2 push laps. He was 2/10 up in the first sector, but as you can see he's quite low on the EOS, so I expect him to lose a lot of power down here on the straight as he has no battery whatsoever. So let's see what he does in this middle sector. As expected, 2/10 down, 2.5 down. He did have a bit of a slide coming out of turn 12 as well, so that might have lost him a bit of time, but still continuing. The problem is you don't want to do 2 laps of the same set around here because it's just not worth it. Your tyres will overheat and you just lose a lot of time and sliding around. And sliding around a track like this, it's not really that great as well because the walls are very close as well, very easy to lose it out of traction zones, and therefore you'll hit the wall. So there's your first times. It's a 32.3 for Indian Jesus, Rapid in P2 with Glowstick in P3. Not much separating P2 and P3, only about 200s, and the rest Tobes in P4. Both Ferraris do tend to have good qualifyings but need to transfer into a good race. Claire PR in 5th place ahead of Mazzles, Crack in 7th ahead of Mark Wilson, Nacho in 9th, Stevan in 10th place with Dragon Speed in P11. 2 laps on the set of soft compound tyres as he did make a mistake on his first lap, I presume, with a 2:04 4. King Panda, the man who won the last race after the post-race penalties, got very close to the wall at turn 3, the exit there, but gets away with it. I think he is on a lap time as he comes through the chicane here, the slow speed chicanes. Just be very careful and be very patient on the throttle, and now coming through this left-hander here, you can see a lot of wheel spin as he applies the throttle, then exiting out of 3rd gear. So let's see what Panda can do then after he had COVID, I think, at the French GP, which was a couple of weeks before USA. Then Texas, he went on to win after Crack's post-race penalty due to the safety car infringement after he held everybody up and slammed the brakes, and therefore caused Stevan to retire after he was in 3rd place, go for that alternate strategy. He's quite low down in championship with Stevan. I dare say he should have more points to his tally, but races like that will definitely cost you. So let's see what King Panda does in this middle sector. We saw Mark Wilson do 11. What's Panda doing? 9.9 in that middle sector. Doesn't say purple, so let's see then what lap time he can set as we head through turn 13, 14 and 15. Misses the chicane slightly there, doesn't really ride the curb. You can see the back of the car just stepping out on him, so not really smooth through that chicane as he would have wanted. Might cost him a bit of time, but as we head towards the finish line, let's see what he could do. A 32.0, perhaps pole by 3/10, Palmer.
Yeah, it's a very quick lap. It's only, I think, 8 minutes in. I can't see the time. 8 minutes into qualifying, he's already nearly 3/10 clear. It's looking promising for the man who won the won the last race. Sorry. Yeah, I've just on board with the other Red Bull. He backed off from his lap. Would have been his first lap. I think he might have tapped the wall there, just coming into turn 4, I believe, turn 3.
Yeah, I went to board with him, and when I went to board with him, he locked up. Well, he didn't lock up, he just went deep on the brakes, and therefore bailed out of his lap. It is showing that he's not on an outer lap, so he must have made a mistake on turn 3, like you said, and therefore ruined his lap completely, just outbraking himself in the other Red Bull. He appeared at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix as we see Glowstick. Oh, that was so close to losing the car as he was fighting to the rear of that car, as it looked like he was just going away from him. He's currently in P4 with a 32.4 as we head down through turn number 3. Very difficult track as we hit the apex through turn 3. Use the outside wall as well. Want to scrape it, but yeah, it's all about limits through here, using every single part of the track as you possibly could get away with it. I usually struggle to lock up the rears through here in the chicane. I usually have the brake bias around 57, 56 around this track. I think normally it's about 55, 56 around every track except qualifying, because I think 54 is the way to go in qualifying. As we head through this right-hander, now through the left-hander we go into turn number 13, where we saw Lando Norris crash through here. Misses the apex. Does he hit the wall? No, he doesn't. Gets away with it, but the Alfa Romeo behind him, I think, tapped the wall. I don't know if he's on a lap or not, so we'll see if that affects him in any way, shape or form. But Glowstick's about to make its way towards the end of the middle sector, and let's see. We saw Indian G's doing 9.9. It's a 10.2 in the middle sector there for Glowstick. Has lost a bit of time, maybe through turn 13, or maybe through turn 2 overall, as we head through turn 13, 14 and 15, the proper final corner. And you can see the back in the car looks like it's really unstable. He approached about 356 kilometers an hour, roughly the same about what other people are doing too. As he's coming towards the line, it's going to be a P2 for the 32.1, so definitely a lot of time to improve.
Yeah, I noticed he ran out of the RS towards the end there, which I'm pretty sure that means he's running quite low wings, which, I mean, it's for a track like this, it's obviously very good for the straights, but when it comes to cornering and corner exit, bit of a struggle as you could see on his lap, losing the rears a couple times. Yeah, see how he goes on in the race. It could be interesting, or he could even be in a wall.
Definitely could so, but yeah, especially turn 2, just looks like the rear end was just about to snap away from him completely. Callum in the middle sector is 8 tenths down, so he was improving slightly in the first sector. In fact, I don't even know why I'm not even wearing my glasses, because I need to, because I can barely see the timing screens. It's all fuzzy. But I'm on board with Mazzles now. He exited turn 12. He was a 10.5 up in the first sector. Did have a bit of a wobble on going out of turn 12 too. So let's see if that did cost me a bit of time. It's very crucial to get that right as we lead onto this back straight here. And it's a few hundreds up in this middle sector. It's Mazzles. 353 kilometers an hour is the top speed he reached. I think the max I've seen, he did miss the apex there through turn 13. The max I've seen is 356 so far, as he didn't get the best of exits there, did the AlphaTauri driver. The Danishman coming towards the proper final corner now. Let's see what lap time he can set in that AlphaTauri. It's going to be a 33.1, so he's off the pace by a second, unfortunately for him. But this track is difficult. We're about to see some skill range through here. Rapid 2.5 tenths up in the middle sector, needs to find a bit more time if he wants to match Panda or beat him. I think somebody else just moved up the order too for good measure, as he clattered the curve through there, but still made it stick. Very smooth on the exit too. I think Steve had moved up to P5 in the Alfa Romeo, and we're about to see then what Rapid can do. Can he match his teammate Alpine? Looking good so far this season. It's pole for Rapid. It's a 31.9, and he's trying to go for his first win of the season then with his teammate, who is a race winner in P2. So looking very good for Alpine so far here in Vegas. You still there, Panda? Palmer, sorry. Palmer's disappeared then, so we'll be for the talking for the time being. Claire PR is not improving on his lap, so he must have gone for a second attempt on the same set of softs, and unfortunately he can't improve on his first lap, because if you remember, Claire PR did a 33.000 on his first lap, so he still can't improve it with the track evolution as well. And there's Mark Wilson coming towards the finish line. Let's see what he's about to do. That's his outlap, I think. So here he is down into turn 1. Is he on a brand new set of softs? I presume so. No, he's not. So he's going for his third lap on the same set of soft compound tyres. Am I even talking? Palmer, can you hear me?
Yeah, you are. My headset decided it wanted to. It didn't die. It disconnected, even though I'm next to my PlayStation. But we move. It's fine. I was trying to say before my headset glitched out. There's a couple of drivers, and I've noticed in the first and even the second laps, in the turn 5 complex, missing the apex quite a few times. There's no, from what I've seen, no noticeable braking zones, which could catch a few drivers out on lap 1 especially. So yeah, just kind of be careful that, you know, no one goes too deep and ends up we go bowling.
Yeah, bowling in Vegas here. He's a few just down. Is Mark Wilson in the first sector. He is on 2-lap old soft compound tyre, so not really helping his case. Doesn't have the best grip. Oh, out of turn 13 now, turn 12. Went a bit deep, but narrowly missed the wall. As Danielle Brewers in the chat looking on. And Mark Wilson in his middle sector. What's he going to do? He's got the chance to pit. Maybe saving a set of softs, sacrificing for the race. He has turned off his ERS, so he won't be improving, Mark Wilson. But yeah, you can see people doing multiple runs on the same set of the soft compound tyres, so maybe sacrificing them towards the beginning of the race or latter stages when a safety car might appear. Pullishman in his middle sector, what's he going to do? It's going to be 4 tenths up for him in the Aston Martin. Has been up there a little bit as Pullishman. His results have been fluctuation throughout the whole season as we head through turn 13, 14 and 15. Great corners indeed, but very tricky to get wrong. Well, very tricky to get right, I must say. And Panda is currently out there on a flying lap, so let's see if he can beat his teammate's time. I think he's headed through turn 13 now. Pullishman comes towards the line, is P10, so just sneaks inside the top 10 and improves his lap by 5 tenths as well for good measure. He spins going out of turn number 1. But let's see what Panda's doing in the middle sector. 2 tenths down, and he's turned off his ERS too. So will he back off and try and save ERS and cool down the tyres. I don't know how much time there is left in the session, so does he have any time to regenerate that battery, cool down the tyres, or just try and go in the pit lane and put on a brand new set of softs? We'll see. But yeah, he is. He's heading off into the pit lane. Is there any more time left in the session for him to go out and do another brand new lap? Oh, he almost missed the pit lane there too.
I was just about to say, if he's gonna go straight back for another lap back to back, he's gonna struggle with under 60% ERS. But he's made it back to the pits. 2.5 minutes left. Yeah, it's 1 minute 30 a lap, so he's got about 30 seconds to be comfortable to come back out on track and slow down for the leaders. But you know, the packs in qualifying round here, it can be difficult with the DRS. You've seen a couple of videos and even a couple of drivers from here struggling with the DRS, and you know, they can lose about 8 positions if it's one big train. The leader of that train can, you know, lose quite a few points, and if it's at the end of the race, they've got to be careful. Yeah, Panda's coming back out. Just hope Rapid's coming back out. Panda is still in the pits. He's got about 10 seconds if he wants to come out, which he is doing, just about in time.
He's got to fly around in the lap, he can't afford to back off. My nuts itch coming towards now turn number 12. He hasn't set a lap time just yet as the Red Bull driver. Both Red Bulls currently down in 15th and 16th and on the verge, but my nuts itch can do something about it. His name is backwards, so it does confuse me sometimes. Even when I say it, I get confused. And here he is then in the Red Bull, DRS enabled, not really choosing the racing line as there was 2 cars on the right hand side, and he approaches about 340. That's quite low around here, unfortunately for him. That's the top speed you don't want to be reaching, 348, as he lost the rear end, hits that curb, and unfortunately his lap time is ruined. But is he going to finish this lap time? I'm intrigued to see if anybody is going to get caught out towards the last sector as they have to push. As here he is in the Red Bull coming towards the line. It's P14 unfortunately for him. So Steve Line, I saw, was one of the first drivers to go for their last flying lap potentially. 50 seconds left to go in the session, currently in P5. Let's see what he does then as we head down into turn 3. I think he's picked up a podium this season back with the Hungarian Grand Prix. Oh, getting so close to the wall. I looked like he was just understeering into the wall, but thankfully I avoided it. Wouldn't do too much bad damage if it was hitting it with a tyre, but with the front wing, monumental damage as you have no downforce, especially through this part of the session, this first sector. Through, you know what corner it is. I only know what some down this turn 13, but here we are then as we make our way now through this right-hander into the left-hander we go. Then we're going to approach the braking zone at high speed. Very careful. Oh, we missed the apex there. I thought he carried too much speed or just misjudged his braking zone, but somehow made that work. I thought he'd go straight to the wall or off the track completely. But let's see how much time it's cost him, as the timer has ticked down into 0. In his little sector we go. What's it going to be? 3/10 down, so he's lost a lot of time, has the Alfa Romeo driver. I don't think he can get any time back, so qualifying might be done and dusted for him. I did see Glowstick, one of the drivers who are out there on their laps. He's currently a few hundreds up on his previous best. Jay Hart now finally puts in a good lap time, goes into P6, joins his teammate Glowstick, as you can see, fights the rear of that car. The same section as well where he almost lost it on his previous lap. So I don't think he can improve on this lap time unless something magical happens as he makes his way towards the line now. He can't improve, lost a lot of time in that last sector there unfortunately. So P3 at best for Glowstick. Panda 3/10 down. A Rapid currently on his flying lap, heading down the Las Vegas Strip, which is about 1.2 miles I think it is down the straight. As we see Rapid coming towards the end of the middle sector. What's it going to be for him? A 1/10 up exactly in the middle sector. But is anybody going to challenge for pole? As I say that, ILT Crack has just took it then. Rapid crack it. Oh, someone's crashed. That's a McLaren.
Yeah, that's Crack's teammate Mark Wilson. He's crashed and he might get disqualified because he's staying still and he's not moving. And his car's on laps behind him. I think he's got it going again. Yeah, he has. As Rapid takes P1 back by less than half a hundredth of a second. I think I said that the weirdest way possible. Yeah, Mark Wilson's his qualifying's done and dusted. P12 for him, potentially. Yeah, P12's the lowest he can go, which not the greatest qualifying, but I'll be honest, it's difficult around here. You know, low downforce, and you've got the heavy braking zones. The track definitely is a difficult one to get right.
I agree with you there, especially coming in towards turn 5 and turn 6, this chicane here. Tend to lock the rears up, especially going down into turn 12 too, so be very careful on braking. Some people might want to think about adjusting their brake bias if they're running no ABS, but Rapid is on pole position then, looking to go for his first win of the season after he got denied at the Hungarian Grand Prix by Indian Jesus and also denied by Crack at the Mexican Grand Prix too. And Crack and Rapid are back in first and second place, and this could be an interesting race between those two because those two have got really good pace, and we're about to see what will happen. Crack lost out the race win back at the USA Grand Prix at Texas, and there it is. They're the top three. It's he's in an Alpine sandwiches. Crack, Rapid on pole ahead of Crack, King Panda in third, Glowstick in fourth ahead of India Jesus, who's had 2 wins this season, more than anybody this season. Toads in 6th place ahead of Stevan, Jay Hartnell 8th, Clerpiar 9th ahead of Dragon of Speed in 10th place, Mazzles in 11th, Mark Wilson in 12th, Polishman 13th, Nacho 14th, Magnus Itch 15th, and Leon in 16th place. Both Red Bulls down in 15th and 16th. Let's see if they can come through the field, especially with Leon as well. I'm not quite sure what happened to him. Oh, now I remember, he crashed out at turn 14. Almost the same place as Mark Wilson, but he crashed a few corners before as well. That is a difficult section to get right as well. We've seen Glowstick really struggle through there, and I wonder, with that low downforce setup he's running, will it affect him during the race as well, especially with the tire temperatures and the grip overall around the whole circuit. We'll see. But Palmer, you interested for the race, mate?
Yeah, there's a couple of. I think actually I've raced most of the field, and they're all pretty clean. Sorry, and you know, it's going to be hopefully a good race. I think lap 1, as long as you keep out of the wall and stay away from the big fights, you'll be fine. But yeah, if you try and dip your nose in a bit too far, I think that's when you'll start to struggle and have a few incidents.
I have seen, when I've commentated Vegas over twice, that first place is tumbled from first to fourth in that long back straight with the DRS. So it's all about where drivers are on the last lap, if they are close together fighting for the lead. Who's gonna be the sacrificial lamb there in first place and take the bait and to unfortunately lose the race. So we're about to see. It's very important to manage your EOS around here too, especially down that 1.2 or 1.8 kilometer back straight. I haven't done my research, we're actually just guessing numbers here, but Scott says in the chat, you're what? Yeah, you heard me right, mate, in 50th place. Rabbi, let's go, lads. Good luck to you all. Good evening, King Panda. Good luck, Mark, says Danielle. Good luck, all, Nathan. And Panda says that lap had some moments in it, but was a great lap, and it put you in P3, so plenty of chances to improve in the race, plenty of opportunities, and plenty of drama may come as well in the race here in Las Vegas, and I can't wait to see what happens around this track. First time racing here in Cone, and obviously the game got introduced, or this track got introduced in the game this season as the F1 raced in Vegas a few months ago, and we saw Max Verstappen, who took the victory ahead of Charles Leclerc and Perez. We saw Leclerc make a really great move down into turn 13 on Sergio Perez, and I think he was on 7-lap hold times. I didn't actually watch the race, you know. That's my first time this season watching a live race, so I've actually missed a lot of that race. I heard it was a good one. I thought it could be a boring one, but unfortunately I missed it. Did you watch the race, Palmer? The actual F1 race in Vegas? I think
my headset keeps disconnecting. It just keeps going. I'll have to plug it in a second. Woke up for the lights out, fell asleep. So yeah, that was for me an entertaining race. Yeah, I'll be honest, didn't watch the real one, and I have no clue what happened.
I have a slight idea, but I need to watch the full race. I saw the highlights on the F1 channel, but not Sky Sports F1, as they tend to do extended highlights, which makes a bit more sense, because I saw Verstappen and Russell making contact at turn 12, and I also saw Verstappen had a 5-second time penalty, and Leclerc was on older tyres towards the end. He could have won the race, I don't know. He was in first place, but yeah, Ferrari strategists or whatever. He still finished in second place, a great result in the end. I did see Leclerc and Verstappen go side by side into turn 1 as well. And obviously we saw that crash between Lando Norris at turn number 12, I think it was, when he just lost the rear in the car and smashed it to pieces, but luckily he was okay. But here we are then, 25 laps around here, same distance or same lap as Saudi Arabia in Jeddah as well. So that's very interesting. 50 lap race around Saudi Arabia and Las Vegas. Tyre strategies, J Hartnell and Glowstick on the soft compound tyres then, so they may be a new set of soft compound tyres that they sacrificed at early stages. We've got quite a few medium runners and a few hard runners too, with King Panda interestingly in P3 on the hard compound tyres, Mazzles on the hards ahead, well Polishman on the hards, Nacho on the hards as well. Both Red Bulls are splitting strategies, Manoj Itch and Leon P15 and P16. Unfortunately, we didn't see Leon set a time there, so we don't know how his pace is like here in Vegas, but can he come back strong in this race? What will happen at the first lap of this race? Will there be plenty of chaos into turn number 1? It is a tricky braking zone too, like you said, in turn number 1, all the way down to turn 2 as well, because the rear end of the car just wants to go, but we'll see then. This is the moment, this is the place you want to watch, because it's very interesting, this venue as well. And down here in the back straight, we're going to see plenty of overtaking as well. DRS chicken, and who's going to be the sacrificial lamb on the DRS straight too towards the last stages of the Grand Prix. You don't want to be in first place in the DRS train on the last lap, so it's all down to tactics and a big game of chess around here in Vegas, and who's going to win the jackpot as they all come round to take the starting grids as well. A slight bend is one on the track as Leon then Rapid puts his car into first place, with RT Crack just hanging back as Rapid has actually just been disqualified for parking incorrectly, so he's already at a disadvantage. Will Crack go down the inside of turn number 1? We'll see. I think Charles Leclerc's up pole here, did he, Vegas?
I'm not sure, but what I'll say is if I was one of the Red Bulls, I'd take it slow on the start. You know, as Jamie said, the curved last corner, sorry. It can cause some issues at the start, obviously having to turn your wheel left while accelerating, more chance of spinning, so if I was them I'd keep it slow, but I'd let Jamie take it away from the lights out.
As the timing sheets sort themselves out, there are the lights, 4, 5 lights, and we are away for Las Vegas then. Who will get a better start off the line? It's been 3 weeks since they raced, and Rapid will take them away. Into turn 1 they go, and let's see if there's going to be any drama. I can see the Alfa Romeo taking a wide angle in turn number 1, trying to overtake the Aston Martin. Glowstick on them soft compound tyres wants to benefit from them as King Panda looking up the inside, but he can't quite make a move. But here we are, Glowstick. Will he overtake Crack going down into turn number 3? Let's see if he try to go down the inside or not. Here he is, committed to the braking zone. In turn number 3 we go. Does